There are many reasons to study history. Obviously, learning about the past helps us move forward now, and there's implications in history for public policy, for improving our society and our world. In my own case, I write history for several reasons. One, because I'm generally interested in the stories, and I find them to be so compelling. People will sometimes ask me, have you ever thought about writing fiction? Make a great novel, what I work on with, especially art plundering. And I said, well, the old adage, truth is stranger and actually more interesting than fiction, and I find it just inherently interesting, and history for its own sake. But I'm also fortunate, my specialty, Nazi art looting and Allied restitution, that there's practical application to my work. And with this recent project I've been working on, the history of a Nazi art plunderer, probably the second most prolific art plunderer in history, and a person I got to know in the 1990s, and I interviewed him over a span of about 10 years. This individual, Bruno Loza, had looted artworks in his own possession, and he had trafficked in looted artworks in the post-war period, and writing this history helped me track down missing looted artworks. And so something that I think about my work on Nazi art looting is, can I redress this historical injustice? Can I help Holocaust victims recover their property? And that's one of my goals. But again, I don't think it's the case with every work of history. Just my area, it does have this practical application. And then the other thing is that history trains the mind. It makes us think more analytically, more creatively, making connections. I think it makes us better writers and better speakers. That we think about prose and expression and word choice, and that's something I value. So it's almost the way that in a 19th or a classical education where you'd study Greek and Latin as a way of training the mind. Here to study history, I think it really requires all our faculties, and the mind is a muscle, and we exercise it, it gets stronger. So I just find it very challenging and compelling, and I love it when I have an opportunity to talk with my students, especially the really smart ones, who challenge me, and we have these exchanges, and they push me, and that's a good feeling.